a little bit of my technical analysis, and I'm going to start with the one and only game changer for the week. What do I mean by game changer? Well, I've changed my terminology from key reversal bars to game changers because I think they potentially are. And certainly if you've been looking at the weekly charts for key reversal bars in the last few weeks, you would be absolutely smashing it because they're producing some incredible frequency of winners. Amazing stuff. I'm not going to trade this one, just like I didn't trade last week's, which was Aussie Yen. Aussie Yen was the trade of the week short, and guess who didn't take it? Hands up. So let me bring my chart to you guys. I hope you should be able to see the Aussie Kiwi screen. And that is the only one that is giving me a game changer, but it doesn't look like a game changer to me because we've had virtually almost a waterfall on Aussie Kiwi since we've gone into lockdown in particular in New South Wales, which is affecting, I believe, really the major reason why we're seeing all of this selling going on. And every time it tries to rally, it just keeps getting knocked over. And that was exactly the case last week. Higher than the previous bar, but closed on or near its low. The problem I would have with trading that is that momentum is so pronounced and frequent. It's very, very hard to just jump on board here now, and certainly at that level, which is the most recent level of support. Also, if you look at the bigger picture, which is the monthly charts, I think maybe we are due to get to the bottom of this range before we bounce, and that's fine. But to jump in here is probably not the wisest move, in my humble opinion. If we do get a lower high, then perhaps on the smaller time frames, there's something left in this towards the bottom of that range. But I don't know that it's going to go too much further before the Aussie actually does kick into gear and come back in some shape or form. But that is the only game changer in terms of weekly key reversal bars. This chart here is interesting to me. It's Euro Kiwi, and interesting to have a look at Lloyd's chart there on the Euro index and to which way that is headed. What I see here is a strong level of resistance that Euro Kiwi has in front of it, or really has reached. It's not as pronounced as, say, that level there, but you can see that it's been strong resistance and support and support and support and support. And we're at that level again. It's around about 170, 175-ish in that vicinity. So my thought process here is that maybe that's a little bit of a bear flag, and we're going to see a little bit more downside. I'm not sure how far that will be, maybe only to that level there. We can mark that on the chart. That's going to give us a pretty huge opportunity to get some money in the bank if it does set up for us. So there's that, well, even potential range, if you like, that I'm looking at between 171, let's say, and 163. It's in that area anyway. Let's have a look and see if that's possible to trade. We've had a breakout of the daily charts in terms of that box range. And that's where it becomes interesting, because if I zoom in on that, it's going to do one of two things, right? Surprise, surprise. I love it when analysts say it's going to do one of two things. But in reality, that's exactly what I'm seeing here. Price is at the level of determination, if you like, where I think if we come back inside that box and put in a lower high, or even if we retest that level, it should be a lower high anyway. And then we can look to trade it back to the bottom of that box range. So look for that on daily charts or even 4-hour charts as we come back into this area and put in a lower high. We've got a little bit of a double top sitting there on a 4-hour chart. A significant lower high here would definitely get me interested in trading Euro Kiwi short. The next one I want to look at is Dollar Sing. And Dollar Sing is indicating to me that it is at a strong resistance area. Again, we've got a horizontal level coming through here where we've seen resistance. We've seen more resistance here. We've seen support through this area here. And I guess as a false break of support, maybe that's not the level in that particular instance. But there also seems to be, similar to what I just described on Euro Kiwi, a bit of a potential glass ceiling and a base here as well. What I see with this trend line, which is on a smaller time frame, the weekly chart there, is we're exactly at that level. So what I'd love to see here is price get back to there, reject it a third time or fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever, get back underneath it and retest it, and then go short, trading back to the bottom of that triangle. Of course, that's a weekly chart. It's going to take forever, but it may not take forever on the daily chart. We could be looking at that as early as maybe Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. If we get back above here, come back underneath it and retest it, then I'd be very, very willing to go short. May even happen on a smaller time frame if we've got other trade lines coming through here. So I'm looking for a false break of resistance, basically, on dollar Sing. If it doesn't happen, maybe we're going to test this high, maybe we're not, maybe we're going longer. I can't say that, but what I am saying is if we do get a false break of resistance and a lower high, that's what I want to be involved in. Pound CAD on the monthly chart is also telling me that it's at a strong resistance level. We've got a trade line coming through here, and I'm looking for exactly the same thing, a false break of resistance here. Maybe we've even got the lower high in this candle here on the monthly chart. That's good. Weekly chart's telling me potentially exactly the same thing. We've come off that trade line. But again, I'll be looking for a false break of resistance or a lower high based on this reversal bar or potential high test bar anyway. And there is the daily chart from last Friday. You can see that's a massive rejection of that level. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe we're just looking for a lower high here at the moment. I'd prefer to see a break of resistance become false, but if that's not the case, a lower high on pound CAD, I think, is worthy of our attention as well. The last one I want to look at is pound Kiwi. Now, pound Kiwi, I'm an extreme bull on, but gee, it's taking a long, long time. We've been in this trade for I don't know how long. Let me see, weeks anyway. I think we got into this maybe here somewhere. So we've been in this for a long, long time. And it is chewing up some swapping, I've got to say, whilst it's doing this range that we're in. But the range that we're in is pronounced and still clear to me. And for that reason, I may look to pick up a little bit of that swap cost by trading it back to the bottom of this range, because I see that as the next thing. Got a clear double top here. So maybe even a monthly pivot test early in the week and then a lower high in this vicinity. This level, it's been trading it short again. If it goes along, happy days. No question that I'd be impressed with that. But the lower high, he would get me interested as well, coming back into that range. And especially after a monthly pivot test, that would be really cool. So that's pretty much my watch list early in the week anyway. There won't be any trades in the morning, but that Aussie Kiwi, as I say, it's the only potential game changer in terms of the weekly charts that I can see. And that, guys, is my 2 cents worth for the week, and indeed the show for this week. The Sunday market update ends now, and we'd like to thank you very much for your company and all the presenters that took place and shared their time for free. We really appreciate that, of course, and we look forward to your company next week if you can join us. If not, there are plenty of shows to catch up with the